Namaste. Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555. For your message or massages, come in. Come on. I've got intel. Recon is afoot. May your comings and goings be forever covered by the grace of the Most High. When in doubt, go within. Just give it a hot minute for the big cats to assemble. Bring some love into the situation. Bestie, can we have a quick chat before we press on with the preliminaries of what's really going on, darling dears? Because this particular read is why you had to lose everything. In your darkest hour, having burnt every bridge, been forced or pushed out of situations, darling dears, you had to lose it all to gain it all. I'm involved with the 9 pH alkaline at the moment. Darling dears, this water is so lovely. It's fabulous, gorgeous, and the lovely. Anyhow, like I was saying, darling dears, you have to remember, divine redirection is not rejection. Remember, what you lost was blocking your blessings, blood. It wasn't fabulous, it wasn't gorgeous, and as sure as she's naive, was not lovely. The universe had to strip it away to align you with what's truly meant for you, darling dears. Your rock bottom was the foundation for your empire. You are prototype. Remember, I told you that many times. You weren't losing. You were being rebuilt, darling dears. Impregnable to the feeble-minded. Everything that crumbled was preparing you for your power, purpose, and your prosperity. We love the triple P's. Fist bump. Those ones, they, them, and they have no name. They're nameless. They must remain nameless. They, them, and that betrayed you. They set you free. They didn't know. Ha ha! If only. Those who left, betrayed, or abandoned you were meant to sit at a table, darling dears, but not yours. Never yours again. You don't require them to not eat, just not from your table. The removal made this space, darling, this fabulous, gorgeous space for wealth, wisdom, and your warrior life. You had to walk through the fire to find the gold, darling dears, as only the phoenix does as it continues to rise in your Big Cat Chronicles as it continues. Strength, success, and spiritual riches are forged in adversity, just like a diamond, Big Cat. What broke you built your resilience, and now it's your time to reap. This ain't about loss, not just about loss, darling dears. It's about your elevation. The universe cleared out the dead weight. Thank God for that. Am I being a bit dramatic? Big shout out to the universe. That was all done so you could rise and collect everything with your name on it, bestie. Right, now that I've said what I had to say, look, I've evolved. I went on TikTok and I watched this video at least for 5 minutes, darling dears. It cost me 8 skrillers. Good skriller. That's £8 in the UK, darling dears, including delivery. My life has been changed. You know when you get your ash, this is not a I'm not advertising for it. I'm just telling you I've been evolutionized. You know you get all that trash at the bottom of the trays and somebody kicks it over. That will never happen to me again, darling dears. I have been evolutionized. Go with what? The 21st century, darling dears. Leave all the past behind. Like a ponytail, darling dears. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Right. Should we go with the dice? No, we're going to go with the dominoes. Kick it off with the dominoes, eh? Let me get my pinky toes out of the way, blood. Tell us what's going on. Hey, I was able to do a Jackie Chan split. Did you see it? Oh, did you miss it? I did it. Woo, child. Not getting my pinky toe. Not today, blood, bruh. Or sistrine, I was quick. You'd never believe I was over half of 100. Listen, my pinky toes are very important to me. Stepping on things dropping on the... When you get to a certain age, darling, every part of your health is your wealth. Everything is important, darling dears. All right, let's press on at a hot trot. Bestie, you have the energy of a 7, darling dears. We love a 7. Why? You could be a life path 7, or the number 7 will be on your hemisphere over the next few days. The energy of the 7 is 7, 16 and 25. It encumbers the letters G, P and Y. 7 is ruled by Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. Pisces is the 12th house, darling dears. The 12th house of the unseen world. Your intuition, your sensitivities, and, bestie, your empathic nature. The energy of the 7 ruled by Neptune and Pisces, and the letter O and Z. So you've got G, P, Y, O and Z. Okay, number 7 also rules the South Node. So this is something from your past coming up, or something in your early life, darling dears. Something that has to be solved and put to bed, darling dears. We're tired of the pet cemeteryites. They keep coming back, darling dears. They're like a cold sore or a fart lingering. They keep coming back, whether it's in the same meat suit or someone else trying to what? Mess with your gangster, darling dears. Mess with your gangster, darling dears. Yes, get angry. Oh dear. The South Node, darling dears. The energy of the 7 tells me that you are highly intuitive. Check. You're psychic. Check, check. Right? You are a natural explorer, darling dears, of all realms. Spiritual, physical, emotional, all of them. Why? You've been in the fire, darling dears. And they haven't forgotten you. They keep you in their mouth. And those that haven't met you, they can't wait to meet you. Why? They read your energy signal. Your signal comes from a higher court. The court of what? Kether, darling dears. The energy of the 7 is ancestral protection. It also speaks about your natural analytical abilities, darling dears. Listen, if I had some lapels on, I'd be straightening them, darling. What do you mean? Let's press on. Let's press on. We have the energy of the 3 according to the dice. The 3 speaks about what? Talk, darling dears. They talking about you. People want to know whom you are and what's your next move. How much is in your bank account? What are you doing with your Panani or Fatum? I said it. There, I said it. They wants to know everything. Lots of talk in the background, the energy of the 3 according to the astrological aspects, darling dears. The energy of the 3 is the 3rd house, Mercury energy, darling dears. So it's talk with mobile phones, whatever, darling dears. They're utilizing their gadgets. Some are doing some research on you. Remember, I told you that. The 3rd house is also about your younger siblings, okay? Your neighbors, extended family members like aunts, uncles, and nephews and nieces. It's also about your local travel. Some of you are taking up a new language. It tells me some of you have got the traveling bug. You started traveling, not just in your mind, darling dears. I mean, physically, right? And also, when you're traveling, please, please, please check out your astrocartography chart. If you're not familiar with it, hit me up in the Gmail at frequencyphoenix555@gmail.com. Listen, the reason why I say that, I took a journey to New Orleans in February, darling dears. And the reason why I took it, I knew that it was going to be very, very karmic. Okay? It was my Venus and my Jupiter line, and as soon as I set foot in Miami airport, even before I got to New Orleans, Mars was activated. Listen, anyhow, the reason why I took that particular journey, darling dears, because Pluto was also involved, darling dears. And Pluto is affecting all of us for the next 19 years. I moved towards my listen, it was karmatic, darling dears. It was traumatic, but I'm back where I need to be. Where? At Don't Get Smoked headquarters. Fist bump. Anyhow, I am tarrying. Right, third house. We go to the fourth house, darling dears. According to the dice, this speaks about communication. You're going to be getting lots of calls, lots of communication coming towards you. Emails, snail mail, visits, darling dears. For some, the energy of the four, according to the dice, is that you'll be stepping into something new's coming into your life. Whether it's a person, place, or thing, if it's a person, a love affair is afoot, darling dears. A love affair is afoot. And if you're going in to a love affair during Mercury retrograde, I'm not one to pry or pick, darling dears, but I have to point certain things out. It's like, hold on, let me calm myself down. My hands got a bit shaky then. Mercury retrograde for a relationship. Good God, it's just like going to a relationship during cuffing season. You're asking for it without the Vaseline. But I digress. According to the astrological aspects, the fourth house, darling dears, highly spiritual house, darling dears, it covers your ancestral team. It's also about competition. Someone has had you in competition or sees you as a component to their administrations of wickedness, darling dears, where you take the fall. Imagine that. The fourth house could also have something to do with land, property. I already said your ancestors are involved in this, darling dears. Something to do with foreign lands. And again, we go back to the third house. There's a lot of travel. You're traveling to foreign lands, darling dears. And as I said, check your astrocartography chart, darling dears. Reason being, you need to know where you're going on this planet and know that you're going to be comfortable and things are going to be calm, right? But I purposely did what I did because I am a Hiyoka high priestess. I have to face the karma. I had to go. I didn't want to go. Well, I wanted to go. I planned it, darling dears, but I checked my chart and I made sure that this is where I was going to meet a... Listen. Oi. If you want to know what happened, go and watch my VT, darling dears, on New Orleans. Trust and believe. Oh my God, every time I think about it, I forget the flashbacks of the built-up feces underneath the toilet rim that they wanted me to sit my seat of Empress and Empress. Oh, wait, let me, I'm digressing again, darling dears. Let's press on. Okay. According to the 48 laws of powers, darling dears, the energy of the seven is what? Let others do the work for you, darling dears. You continue to do your ministrations in the background. They are doing the work. We said they're gossiping. They can't stop talking. Those that know you and those that don't, darling, is, as I said, your light is shining bright. And when your light is shining bright, you have to also remember the fourth house is involved. Karmic lessons are on the tableau. You will have to choose, darling dears. Let's carry on, darling dears. As I was saying, when you allow others to do whatever works it is for you, darling dears, you control the outcome. You can take the credit for the results achieved, darling dears, whether for good or for bad. Reason being, you have to understand we're going for a karmic cycle, but you have to make the right choice. Never forget, big cat, you work smarter, not harder. Remember, you are embodying the energy of the seven, darling dears. The seven is what? Of analysis, knowledge, darling dears, finding out shiznai. The energy of the 7, according to the astrological aspects, is the 7th house, the house of partnerships, darling dears. One-to-one relationships, your business contacts, colleagues, whatever, darling dears. It's also the house of higher courts. You may have some kind of habeas corpus, some kind of, I don't know, something financial going for a company, something against it. It could be in the form of retirement, it could be HR, it could be a compensate, whatever it is, darling dears. The 7 came out. So things at this moment in time are in the balance. The energy of the 7, the 7th house, darling dears, also represents exes. Exes could be an ex-partner, ex-family member, co-worker. Someone hates your guts, darling dears. They hate your eyelashes. Why? Because they're attached to you. Shall we press on? We're gonna press on. We're gonna see what they're talking about. Should we go to that first? Yes. Let's get a deck. We're gonna go with a yellow deck, a multicolored deck, and a white deck. Let's see what's going on. Someone may try to come through with a fake illness, darling. There's good golly and gosh. Divine don't play about you. What did I say? You are being covered at this moment in time, but you will be given a choice. First card out is Uranus, darling dears. Unexpected energy, unpredictable energy, darling dears. A calamitous event. Remember, the choice is on the table. You'll know when to act, darling dears. You'll know. We've also got the Star card. We love this card, darling. There's Aquarius energy, the 11th house of your groups, associations. The Star card also tells me the situation is healing for you. There's a chance you will make the right choice when the time is right for you, darling dears. But it also says, with the Star card, Aquarius energy, yes, it's healing. It also speaks about a benefactor coming forward, darling dears. It could be an investor, someone coming to support you. Everybody needs a friend, darling dears, and for some, this is your partner coming through. This is an older partner. There will be an age difference. Again, the Aquarius energy, the 11th house, people are noticing what you're doing, darling dears. They're looking at money being paid to you. So money, you have money incoming. Did I not just mention the money? And Aquarius energy is the house of luck. Somebody's coming with the, look at this. You can't even see. You got to go right to, the unrequited love. What do they miss you for, darling dears? Was they tired of walking up and down in your back? Was they tired of you busting it wide, darling dears? What are they tired of? Somebody who had you in a whole throuple, darling dears. Everybody was a better friend than you. Even though you sacrificed. Good golly and gosh. We have not had this in the longest time. Whenever you get the blank card, darling dears, Divine has given you a blank check. So make sure that when you are setting your intentions, especially as we are fast approaching the solar eclipse in Aries, I believe it's the 29th of March. I've put out that reading. Go and watch it, darling dears. Lots of intel there. But you've got a blank card, darling dears. Make sure that when you set your intention, you're setting it true, darling dears, with no malice in your heart. You can't have, well, you can have it. I'm not having it. Ring this bell. Let that bad juju. Stay with the feeble-minded. Final card. Look, they're a knock. We're narrowing it down, guys. We're down to the 4 billion mark. Nothing more from this deck. You see how it turned up, and nothing more. So they're a knock. Somebody who wants one more round, Julie, with your hairline. A new person coming in, darling dears. And as I said, and a love affair is about to kick off. Hey. All right. What does the universe say about this? Let's get a card. We're going to use the mermaid deck. Haven't used that. Oh. Anytime the elastic band breaks, a cycle has ended, darling dears. So many clues. If you're enjoying the read, hit the thumbs up button, darling dears. Why not? It's free. What message does your ancestral team have for you? Thank you. Hey! The truth, darling dears, the truth. See beyond the what? Confusion, the bull swanky, darling dears, the subterfuge. It also speaks that you are coming through with clarity, darling dears, the truth. Always go within, darling dears. You'll know your body is your Geiger counter. That's all you're asking for in any situation is the truth, darling dears. This is why Divine had you in solitude. Solitude so that you can gain your gangster back. The dark night of the soul had to look over my shoulder. Yes, baby, you was in solitude for you to gain knowledge, gain wisdom, darling dears. Understanding that all answers come from within so that you could listen to your what? Your subconscious mind, your thinking, darling dears. Why? Because God knows what you think. The devil knows what you hear. This is why you've had to walk this lonely path. And that's on that solitary walk, you learn the truth about yourself. You know thyself. Base of the deck, discernment is on 1,000. Use it always. There is a knock or knocks afoot, darling dears. This person does not like the healing that you've created for yourself, darling. It's overcoming many an obstacle. Star card. The timing of the star card is between the 20th of January and the 18th of February. Your health is going to improve in a situation, darling dears. And a partner is coming towards you. For those that are looking for a partner, this is going to be a caring partner. There is jealousy being directed at you, star energy. You are in the spotlight. Okay. Confirmation by the bell, darling dears. Right, let's get a deck. Dive a little deeper. Good golly and the gosh, darling dears. You have the what? Hierophant in the reverse, darling dears. Somebody who went against your traditions. Someone who just didn't like. If you was married to them, you was married to what? We just saw the signpost, darling dears. This person was a narc, a shepherd of the devil, darling dears. Maybe somebody's going up against your religion or your spirituality, darling dears. They're talking because they're pontificating, yes, putting out their words, darling dears, into the hemisphere, not knowing that this is boomerang season. You are covered by the 4th house. Your ancestral team, your security. Are they feeble-minded? Yes, they are. Hierophant is also Taurus energy, darling dears, ruled by Venus. It's a fixed earth sign. Taurus in the reverse. They want you to lose your money, your job, your investments. This person is most definitely going to come to you as a friend. In the upright, this means enemies. In the reverse, this person is going to come towards you as a friend. You better make sure that your discernment is on 1,000, darling dears. 1,000. Let's give it a good shifty then. So tell us. Oh my God, the nails are being wicked to me today. You've got the 7 of Pentacles, darling dears. You're looking at the things that you've invested in. You're wondering if all of the time, all of the effort, and notice we are still on the 7. That's 2 7s on the tableau, darling dears. Divine wants you to be more light-hearted about yourself. Lighten up on yourself a bit. Somebody's been a bit too strict with them. Lighten up. You're looking at what you invested. It also speaks about someone who's waiting for the right partner or persons or people to come into their life. You're wondering if you've wasted your time. Yeah, because you came from a situation where you was being used and abused, darling. There's the Ace of Cups. It could also speak about you abusing the drugs and the alcohols, darling dears, and whatever. It could be the sex, it could have been food, whatever it was, you was abusing it in that situation. And again, what is it on? A 7. It's a 1, but when you look at it this way, it looks like it's a 7. I'm going to take it as a 7. So now we've got 3 7s on the tableau, darling dears. All of that situation you was previously in, and the fact that you are doubting yourself at this moment in time when you are a breakthrough. Are you going to give up just when it's your time to make the choice, make the right decision? Because you're about to be blessed, darling. This is the Most High blessing you for all of your hard efforts. And again, we're back with the energy of the 7, darling dears. You see the scales, Libra, the 7th house, one-to-one relationships. Things are about to change for you, darling dears. As I said, you've got lots of incoming communication. We just discussed that, didn't we? With the energy of the 3, according to the dominoes. People talking about you, gossiping. Why? Because your life path is about to change, darling dears. The choice that you are about to make. This is the choice that is going to set you on the path for the rest of your time on this Malkuth. Here comes the offer, darling dears. Page of Cups, this lying toe rag. Yeah, this is a liar and a cheater, and they're immature. If they're enough, they know about being immature, darling dears. It will soon be your fault. Hey, somebody's coming in, darling dears, to try and bemuse you, beguile you. And they are highly intuitive as well, darling dears. Not only that, you must be able to read the room. They want you to always talk about you. What's this card here? Oh yeah, I forgot. The blank card, the choice, darling dears. Remember, the Uranus energy is here. Expect the unexpected. All right. So you're wondering what you've invested in, whether it's through seeking book knowledge, wherever you got the knowledge, darling dears. You're wondering if it was worth the effort. Stand your ground, Scotty. Yes, it was. You're being spiritually guided, darling dears. Again, we have another 7. Good golly. And the gosh, when we see 4 7s on the tableau, darling dears, conspiracies are afoot. What did I say? They're talking about you, darling dears, wishing all of this on you. They would like you to be broke. They want you to feel left out in the cold. Maybe they tried to isolate you from a situation, darling dears. And now they're realizing that was a wrong move. So this could be somebody trying to return. Remember, we're about to go into Venus retrograde, darling dears. Return of the wicked. Yeah. What did I just say? Pet cemetery. Listen. Don't listen to them, darling dears. They will put you straight in dummy back territory. Right? Law number 10 of the 48 laws of power. The losing race, darling dears. Who wants to be the biggest loser? They will take you straight to point A and point B. Both are Jamaican words, darling dears. And both mean what they say. Divine is gifting you with the Wheel of Fortune, darling dears, and you doubting your own self, darling dears. Fate, destiny, and good luck is on your side. Yeah, moving forward, this could also represent world travel. I already said traveling is afoot for you. Remember, I told you that. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy, darling dears, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Okay, it tells me that a cycle, something is about to change. As I said, you are about to be presented with a choice. When making this choice, darling dears, because you see, when Divine is giving you the choice to choose your path for the rest of your time on this Malkuth, darling dears, you're not going to get an invitation. No one's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, this is it, darling dears. It could be something as minor as, I don't know. I could say choosing flowers to go in your home. It could be, listen, it's a choice. Jupiter energy is the 9th house, the house of God. Your spirituality, darling dears. It's also the house of publishing. If you are publishing something at this moment in time, continue to publish, darling dears. Your efforts are about to pay you back in kind. Remember, I told you that. Divine wants you to continue to have faith, darling dears, because expansion is on your horizon. Definitely long distance travel, darling dears. The 9th house is good golly and the gosh case. Come back. It's mutable fire energy, darling dears. Divine is telling you to trust the process. Trust it. Your work will pay off. Continue to stand your ground. All right. Because what they wish for you, darling dears, now they're seeing that they wished it on the wrong one. They're seeing that. Yeah. I can't make this up. Justice. Are we not back in the 7th again, darling dears? Justice. This is in the upright. Justice will prevail. So let them talk. Let them have their little chitty chat. Because there's always a higher court, and this is the highest court. There's nothing like being on the docket, darling dears, in Keitha. Imagine your name's called and you've got to go into the court. You don't even have to say a word. They've already seen it, darling dears. They know what you did. You don't even have to confess because they know what you're going to say next. Good karma is coming towards you, darling. There's one-to-one relationships in the upright, new business contacts, and new person coming into your life. The 7th house is also the house of marriage. Long-term situation. I nearly said situationships. No, not that. No, I meant situations. Right? Comfortable situations, exchanging, right? Of finances. Right. Definitely something that you're publishing, darling. There's something that you're writing down, something that you're putting out there. Tell me about this Page of Cups, darling dears. Who's broke? They don't have it, right? This is someone who doesn't even know how to what? They make a mountain out of a molehill, darling dears, and it's everybody else's fault. This is somebody who shirks any form of responsibility in a situation. This person is depressed. They're going through losses. They've got no skills. They've got no gangster. Oh my God. If I had pearls, I'd be clutching them bitches with you, darling. They've got no gangster. OMG, somebody. Oh my God. This person is a hypocrite. And did I say they're broke? You could have two progeny involved in a situation, darling dears, but this person is broke, darling dears. And did I not just say karma knows their address in fire high red leather boots? It's a person from the past or someone entering your life, darling dears. Yeah. 100%. Because this is Pluto fire, darling dears. And judgment is the liberator. What is it? The chessboard is being cleared. Why? You're playing 4D chess, darling dears, in the hemisphere. Hey! They're going to get what they deserve, darling dears. Yeah. Fire energy, darling dears. Spiritual energy. King of Wands being fired back at them. It's being directed back at them. And again, it's on the what? The 7. 7s are very important for you at this moment in time, darling dears. Can we talk a bit more about the Uranus energy of it all? I said Uranus. You know why? Because I'm looking at this and I'm talking about that, but that's not what I meant. Do you understand what I'm saying? The unpredictability of it all, darling dears. The energy of the 7th house is Neptune energy. Okay? And it's about you. You're going to be entering a new membership, darling dears. You're going to be joining some kind of group. But it's going to be people on your level. because some kind of karmic debt is about to be paid, but it's the choice that you have to make, darling dears. Somebody has to release some form of escapism in a situation. Neptune energy, darling dears. Pisces, the 12th house. The 12th house is also the house of family secrets, darling dears. A lot of people have been feeling that they've been watched, right? But you're justified in what you're feeling, darling dears. The 12th house is also the house of secret agencies, like governmental, MI5, that kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying, darling dears. The 12th house also reminds you that there are a lot of secret relationships, things that you are not being party to. Listen, you've got so many sevens on the table. This is a time when you have to pay attention, darling dears, because you will be given a choice. Let's split the deck. Look, I split the deck and the deck is closed inside. Let me split it again. You're highly intuitive, darling dears. You sit between Boaz and Jashin for completion and beginning. You may be a female, you could be a reader, darling dears, but again, your intuition. Use your discernment in every situation coming towards you, darling dears, because one of them is going to be the choice, the test. Let's get one final card, and then we're out of here to get great. You say divine doesn't play with the big cat, okay? We know this. What about the fake love? Yeah, they will come and give you more hard work, darling dears. This is on an 11. You are highly intuitive. You are a visionary, darling dears. And you have to spread what you learn. Energy of the 7 was polluting the table, darling dears. Energy of the 7 is spreading that information. Someone who is a number 2. What about this number 2 person? The person that possibly wants to be you. Oh gosh, that's a whole lot, darling dears. This person I'm trying to think of something kind. A skin peeling liar, right? A gossip, right? Someone who's wearing a mask, a narc. Be careful, darling dears. We don't know if they're going to approach you as a male or a female, or they might be a bit of both. Listen, we're in a mixed bag in this society at the moment. Everybody's allowed to do what they want, and so they should. But they want to come up against you, darling dears. You are the emperor or empress of everything. They're going to try with their stones, darling dears. But you live outside. That's expanded energy. That's the energy of Uranus, darling dears, the rebel. And you're going to get a gift. So make the right choice here. Ha ha! Energy of the 8, darling dears, will put you in as the CEO. The person that gets the loan that they need. Money, accolades, certificates coming towards you, darling dears. You're going to get it, but like I said, you don't know who's going to come up against you, darling dears. Make sure you make the right choice, and I'll see you in our next tarot read. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, pick up some of the channel merch, or my Patreon where I upload my extended videos. Or if you'd like a personal read, darling dears, or any of your astrological charts, we can get down together. Contact me at frequencyphoenix555@gmail.com. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat.